Change this to change your business fast. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 137 of our Supersize Your Business annual challenge. First time we've done an annual challenge because guess what? People don't want to do an annual challenge. They don't want to think they have to do something every day to create the life they want. But you know better, just like I do, that the only way to create anything is to do a little bit to move toward the thing that you want every single day. And how do we supersize our businesses if we're not committed to doing that? So if you're ready to stand up and commit to doing that, working on your business a little bit every single day, join me in the Supersize Your Business School community. We are open and accepting new members. It's free to join. So hit us up and join there. Just put Supersize in the comments below and I will send you a personal link so that you can join us for free right now and see some of the crazy, awesome things that we're doing inside that community. I'm so excited to be on the school platform. It's a place where I can do everything that I want to do in one place, and I don't have to Frankenstein and piece things together anymore. So that's just me, but that's the place. If you want more one-on-one attention, if you want attention, if you want me to know and see who you are and help you to grow and scale your business, that's the place you come to find me. So let's talk about this today. What is this one thing that we need to change in order to change our business fast? Well, you may have guessed it. It is our thoughts. Believe it or not, if we change our thoughts, we change everything, because everything starts in our mind, our imagination, our thinking. You probably realize at this point that you thought about your business before you got involved in it and started it or bought it or whatever however you got involved in the business that you're building and growing right now. I know I did. I thought about a lot of different businesses. I've been involved in and owned 27 different businesses, mostly not quite 27 different industries, but in a lot of different industries. Why? Because I wanted to test out and tweak and figure out what was right for me. What was the right type of business for me to be in? And the only way I could do that was experientially. Why? Because I'm an experiential learner. I got to try things on. I got to go to the store and try clothes on. I don't like to shop online. A lot of people do, but I don't. Nowadays, heck, since COVID, we just order everything in, try it on, and then ship it back. Thank you, Amazon and other online businesses for that. I will say the one great thing that came out of COVID was the ability to take our offline business and put it online in ways that we had never thought possible before, or very few people were on the leading edge of that technology. So changing your thoughts, changing your business, changing your life. So I'll tell you what, this is going to be a harsh truth right now. And I know it's slapped me in the face more than once in my lifetime so far. The truth is, the results you're getting in your business are a clear indication of what your thoughts are and what you're thinking. If you think that the competition is eating your lunch and stealing your customers, guess exactly what's happening. The competition is eating your lunch and stealing what you think are your customers, but if they were your customers, they wouldn't be able to steal them, right? If you were really serving them in the way that they need to be served, they wouldn't go to the competition no matter what. They just don't. I have found that over the years, my people stick with me no matter what. They stuck with me when I dropped dead. They stuck with me when I came back. They stuck with me through thick and thin, through COVID and through everything, because the people that are really for us, the people we're really serving at our highest level, are there. They're loyal, right? We human beings are very loyal. Most of us trust people or used to trust people until we get burned and hurt by someone. And that we form all kinds of attachments and thoughts and beliefs around people. Then we might even change if we have a really bad experience. I had a really bad experience with people a couple of times, and it took me a while. I didn't just change my mind instantly. It wasn't until I became aware that that was negatively impacting something else I was trying to do. And I was like, okay, I got to let that go. I'll tell you a snakes in the grass story someday. So our thoughts, we sometimes have cognitive distortions, I like to call them, or shitty ways of thinking. It's really the way to call it. If we think something is all or nothing, if we think that we have only one option, it's either this way or the highway. It's either this way or my business is going to go out of business. It's either this has to happen, I'm going to land this whale of a customer, or I'm going to quit doing my business. Quitting doing your business is an absolute positive choice. One of the best things you can do for your business when you start it is say, no matter what happens, I'm going to figure it out and I'm not going to quit no matter what, right? Because that's what? Then you'll figure it out and you're not going to quit no matter what. Ask me how I know that one. All or nothing thinking, catastrophizing, thinking that everything is the end of the world. Oh, a new competitor comes onto the market, it's the end of the world. AI is a thing now, it's the end of the world as we know it. What we need to do is we need to look at all the things that are created in the world and say, how can I use this to supersize and scale my business? How can we use this to make our lives easier, less expensive, make our resources go further? Life is about asking better questions. And once we ask better questions, we think better thoughts and we get better results. And when we get better results, we create more of that and we get more better results. More better. Mind reading, thinking that or expecting our customers to read our minds. Oh, they should all be doing business with us because we are awesome and we're so much better than the competition. Well, if we're not communicating that, how are they going to know? They're not. People only know what they see, what they're willing to see, and what you show them. Things like that. They should just know to do business, but they should just know to call me and reach out to me. Really? Come on. There's 8 billion people on the planet. How do people know who to reach out to? How many of us are guilty of this? Creating unnecessary suffering. I don't know anybody that has not at some time in their life created a situation or blown a situation out of proportion and suffered as a result of it because they were choosing to, right? I suffered for years over my failed marriage, which it wasn't my fault. I played a part in it because I was there. I chose the person, but the person was just definitely the wrong person for me and not a very good person either. And I chose to stay in that relationship far longer than I should have, as well as some businesses. I've been in some businesses and some jobs where I stayed long after the point where I knew I should have moved on because I'd outgrown the position or I'd outgrown the industry or whatever. And it wasn't driving me and motivating me and encouraging me to be better anymore. We all do some of that. And so then there's this suffering involved. Okay, Alex Hormozy, I'm going to pick on you for a minute here. He says suffering is essential. Bullshit. I call absolute positive bullshit. Suffering is optional. Hustling is optional. Sacrificing is optional. If we make a choice, we're not sacrificing anything. There's this whole mode of thinking about lost opportunities. Guess what? It's never a lost opportunity. There are billions of opportunities around us all the time, and it's never lost. If it was right for you at the time, you would have seen and taken action on the opportunity. The fact that you didn't meant either you weren't ready, your business wasn't ready, or there was something a little off about the opportunity. I'll give you examples, or an example. I am not an early adopter of technology. I have a sister who always buys the latest, greatest electronic device and then struggles with it because they're usually released before, and same with cars and vehicles and everything. They're usually released before they're actually 100% ready because minimum viable, all these theories and thoughts about minimum viable function or whatever. People put things on the market before they're ready, but that's okay because that's how you tweak them and test them and change them faster and create what people really want. I do think that's a great philosophy, and I'm trying to adopt it myself with my school community. We'll see. But today, what I mean by that is I'm not a super early adopter. So for example, AI, not an early adopter. I've dabbled with ChatGPT, and I'm actually taking a training right now of how to create a clone or an AI agent through Claude so that I can get it to do some of the things that, because of my visual challenges, I personally struggle with, to enhance what I'm doing. Not to replace me. It's not going to make my videos for me. You're still going to have to see me every day, or as often as I choose to show up in the future online. But I waited for a lot of the bugs to get worked out of it, just like the school platform. I didn't join the school platform when it first came out, I think 4 or 5 years ago now. I was actually on it a couple of years ago and didn't even realize I was on it as part of a coaching and training program I was involved in because it didn't have the features and the capabilities that it does now. So now I'm on there, right? And that's how we look at everything. Do I feel like I missed out on the opportunity because I wasn't there right at the beginning? A little bit, but not really, because it wasn't what it is today. It wasn't as functional, as amazing as it is today. And that's true of any new technology, and why I choose not to be a super early adopter. Now, do we sacrifice some of the possible growth and potential in getting in early? Yes, but that is my conscious choice. So I'm not suffering because I don't choose to be an early adopter. I just am comfortable with my level of risk and understanding and thinking. Could I change my thinking on that? Yeah, if I wanted to, but right now, my results are such that I don't want to change that yet. So we only change things when they become a problem for us. So what are we going to do today? We are going to notice a catastrophe in our business or catastrophic thinking in our business. Because if you've got that, you want to get rid of that right away. An example of that in my personal life is I am a horrible worrywart. And I don't know why my brain works that way, but it works both ways. It shows the biggest possibility and the biggest possibility of failure and catastrophe. That's just the duality in my personal brain. And so when I had kids, I didn't realize I was doing it, but my family sure pointed it out. You're always saying if they do this, it's going to kill them. Stop saying that. And then I realized I tried to get better about that. I don't know if I succeeded because I triggered my daughter. So I don't think I absolutely positively succeeded with that, because with her daughters, I have zoned in and done that. I do that way too much. And I'm actually aware of it and working on it and saying, okay, what impact am I having on these little humans by having them worry and not take any risks? Setting them up for a really mediocre, boring life. I don't want to do that. I want them to be awesome and to be the best possible version of themselves. Just like I want you to know that you can be the best possible version of yourself. And that some of these things we believe in are absolutely positively optional, and we don't have to buy into them. I don't have to buy into the hustle culture. Guess what? When I was younger, I did, and I nearly wasn't here today because of that. I also know that I get to define and you get to define what everything means for you and how you're going to interact with it or not. Guess what? We get to choose whether we're going to watch the news or not. I do not watch the news. I haven't watched the news since the 1980s. And I thank goodness for that, because I still have the ability to think for myself. And so many people don't. And it's really sad. I used to think it was frightening, but now I just think it's sad. All right, so what are we doing today? Notice if there's any catastrophic thinking in your business. If there is, identify it. Then we are going to reframe it. We're going to think about a different way to look at that. So maybe you think that you've got this big battle going on with a competitor. Guess what? You have a battle going on with a competitor because you choose to participate in that. What if you change your thinking and reframe your thinking around that and say, okay, how can we make this a non-issue? Be the number one choice for the ideal customers we want so that the competitor isn't even an option for them. What can we offer? What can we do? How can we show up in the world to make that a non-thing? Because it really is not a thing. We all think that there's so many competitors. We think everybody on the planet is a competitor for us and other people's attention, but it's not. We find our people and they find us through energetic and through all kinds of woo-woo stuff I'm not going to talk about because you guys will think I'm crazy. All right, what are we doing today? We're going to share in the comments below one negative thought that we catch today that we reframe for our organization. Share that in the comments below so we can all learn from one another. If you need help with this or anything else, please reach out. Hit me up. You could always find me on School. I know you probably don't want another platform, but guess what? It's a cool community platform, and it's a safe place to land and ask questions and get direct access to me. Hint, hint. All right. If I can help you anyway, ask. Otherwise, have an amazing day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.